God.
Well, here, we're back again.
We are back again. This is like our new favorite podcast episode to do when we review a fun show. Maybe we'll do documentaries. But anyway, right now we're stuck on TLC.
We really are. I mean, TLC makes it easy because they've just really got the ring of reality shows.
It's so true. So today, spoiler alert, the brand new show on TLC called Hot and Heavy, Mixed Weight Couples. We are going to give you all of our reactions on the very first episode. But first, I'm Sarah Fraser, TV and podcast host. This is my podcast buddy, co-host, dear friend, AJ.
Yes, AJ. I go by AJ on the show. My name is Andrea Lopez, comedian, impressionist. I've recently been on NBC Bring the Funny. I've got a show coming up in New York City, Improv Asylum, January 23rd. I know it's a Thursday, a little tough. Doors open, I think, at 6:30, but show starts at 8. It's called Next Celebrity President. You guys can watch us. It's going to be some impressionists, and we're all going to run for president. I will be Kourtney Kardashian.
I love it.
Fan fave. Am I tired of doing Kourtney? No. As long as it's bringing in, some events, I'm ready to go. Put the spotlight on me. I'm ready to go. So hope you guys can catch that. And it's on my Instagram, link in bio if you guys want to purchase tickets. So that's coming up.
Andrea Lopez Comedy is your Insta.
At Andrea Lopez Comedy, yes.
Okay, so today we're going to give our review of episode 1 of Hot and Heavy on TLC. AJ, how would you describe what this show is about?
Okay, so there's been a little backlash already about the show, but it is essentially a larger person in a relationship with a much smaller person in the relationship. The only interesting thing is that it's all large women with skinny, kind of built men. And that was the backlash. A lot of people said it shouldn't be called Hot and Heavy. It should be skinny
mixed
men.
Weight, and there should be overweight men too, and
exactly
thinner women that like overweight guys.
Right. That was my only upset. But I do like that they are showing an underrepresented type of person on this show. I don't think any type of television show ever has an overweight female with an attractive male. It's always like this overweight dad with a really hot wife, so I think it's a really underrepresented community that they're talking about. So that's why I like the show, and I like watching the travesties, the inside reality. Honey Boo Boo was like one of my favorite reality shows because because you never now I mean Jesus, like they've been molested, like we don't want to talk about that, but I'm talking like that is
before
a world
all
that pre-molestation, you see a world that you've never seen before. So that's why I'm excited about the show.
I will say this, TLC does bring it. We obviously got this started with Welcome to Plathville, and then TLC's new, I can't watch it, but my feet are killing me with all these people's gross feet. I can't.
What do you think the round table looks like of thinking of names of this? My feet hurt. Let's go with that. We have rough and heavy feet.
Dr. Pimple Popper. I mean, honest to God, my 600-pound life. Anyway, that's the premise of the show. So it premiered last night. It's on every Tuesday at 10 p.m. on TLC. So let's go through really quickly, AJ, the couples, the mixed weight couples. So first you have Joy and Chris from Sacramento, California, who have been together for 3 years.
Right.
What do you think? First of all, personally, I think Chris is the hottest of the men on the show.
I have to agree. I saw a little bit of a feminine side to him while we're watching the episode, so I got a little bit concerned because I was like, I'm not going to go any further into that. But I definitely think he's hot. I think that Kristen is beautiful and
gorgeous.
She is very, but
Joy's with Chris.
Oh yes.
Kristen's with Rusty, who we'll get to.
Yes,
I know what you mean.
Joy, I think they're all beautiful women, but I think I don't know if she is the heaviest, but she looks in proportions. I think she is the largest in comparison to him of the couples.
All the women are over 300 pounds. The next couple is Kristen and Rusty from Florida. They met at Disney World. She's 329 pounds. And I mean, I think this is so funny. We'll get into sort of our favorite scenes or most discussed scenes. But she apparently owned a successful bridal shop in New York. And when we panned to the photo, I don't know how she's retiring. I mean, I don't know what was inside that shop. Maybe the contents. Maybe there were gold dresses. It was like, what?
Dresses with gold bars attached to them? Because how are you retiring off a bride? We'll get into that. Okay, so we've got, Kristen and Rusty. I think Rusty definitely has a fat fetish, but I'm not going to.
Okay, I totally agree.
Yeah, out of all the couples, I think Rusty is.
And isn't Rusty so trashy at Florida? To me,
the epitome of Florida.
He's so Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Rust. Like she's like, I lucked out. I got the hottest man. Like every woman dreams. And then they pan to Rusty. And Rusty, you know when people haven't done meth, but they're almost, it's like in their genes. So they come out looking just like a drug addict. Isn't that Rusty? Sorry.
Now, Rusty has a very fit, firm, tight body. But yeah, the face, the mannerisms, he's Rusty down from Florida. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I love being on that beach. Skin's a little leathery.
Already.
Got them them glasses with the it's like shiny.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
They're like
the Wave Rider Oakleys. Like, he's like on that Wave Rider. He's chilling. It's Rusty. Yeah.
He is Rusty. He's 40 years old.
Has kids from a previous marriage.
Oh, he did? Oh, good catch. I didn't hear that part.
They also want to have babies.
And they're having infertility issues.
Right.
Okay, then we have Adriana and Ricardo. They're sort of my least favorite couple. Adriana weighs 400 pounds.
Right. Another beautiful woman. I think that...
From Canada, by the way.
From Canada?
Yeah. They live in Newfoundland, Canada.
Newfoundland, Canada.
Odd place. I mean, that's how they find them there, but yeah.
Quick controversial thing about them is that people think that, he's with her for a green card, which I'm pretty sure he's legal, so... It's just because he looks Hispanic.
I know. It is, yeah. Mm-hmm. But they to me are sort of the least interesting. They have a child together.
Right?
It's amazing. I think people are shocked. She carried the child, I think, when she was 300 and something pounds.
Right. Carried it full term.
Full term, has a healthy baby.
Right.
And then the two of them sort of navigate their relationship. And there's just one really, really sad scene where she's basically like out on the street. I think they're eating ice cream or something. And someone rolls down the window and yells at her like she's a fat pig. That was the most heartbreaking moment of the show for me.
I think as well. And I thought it was fake, but then her real tears came out and I was like, oh, you can't act that. Like
it was so sad.
Yeah, I could. And this is why this show is going to be great, because I think it opens up the reality for overweight people. They have to go through this all the time, like shaming all the time. That's horrible.
So those are sort of the players that we're going to become familiar with in this season. But what were your first thoughts, AJ? So like first thoughts of season premiere of Hot and Heavy Mixed Weight Couples on TLC.
First thoughts, there's a common word of soft. All the men refer to their women as soft and fluffy, like a little bear. They just want to hug them. And that was weird to me. I was like, okay, I think they all have this common denominator of wanting to just like coddle and love their loved one. And they just all share this. I'm not going to say it's a fetish, but when my initial reaction, before I even watched the show, I was like, these dudes have fetishes. They just like larger women. They like the weight. They like to get in there. And then as I watched it, they all use this word soft. And I was like, okay. And that's just their preference. I don't think it's a fetish. I think it was Chris who kind of made me realize that. It's like not a fetish. It's just a preference.
Chris is by far my favorite. And I think Chris is actually really in love.
I think so
with
too.
Joy.
Yeah.
Rusty, I think definitely has a fetish.
Rusty's ass got a fetish. Okay, no, for sure, Rusty has a fetish.
And Ricardo, I mean, I'm not sure if Ricardo knows he's on the show. Like, Ricardo to me doesn't seem really tuned in, does he?
He really doesn't. He's just like, I'm in love with her, and that's it. We have a get together, and I just tell her she's beautiful, and that's it. They all have better relationships than I do. I mean, they all get more love than I get.
I mean, okay, what other thoughts? What other things, like, struck you about this show?
The women are very overweight, large women, and I think a lot of them have great confidence. I think everybody except for the last names, except for Adriana.
And Ricardo?
Yeah, I think the men are very much into the women, but I think that Adriana had the lowest self-confidence. I think Joy and Kristen have great self-confidence. They think their men love them, and they're on the street. They're ready to go.
What I like about this show when I first watch, okay, I do think what they're doing very smart about this show is they are following these women. I think they're, Joy doesn't seem like she wants to lose weight. She's very happy with who she is.
Right.
So does Adriana, maybe not as much confidence. Now, you begin to see on episode 1 that Kristen is going to think about gastric bypass. And who is the woman? Is that like her mom or her sister?
It's her aunt or her cousin.
Yeah,
it's someone in her family that's not an immediate mom or sister.
Who's head gastric.
Right.
And then has a complete smoker's voice. She's like, if Kristen wants
to have a baby, she's got to get the surgery.
She's like, my stomach is, after the gastric, it's the size of a lima bean. I can't even eat a sandwich, but y'all need gastric. You're like,
that's right. They go to the beach. They're all eating sandwiches. She's like, my stomach's the size of an egg.
Now you want me to eat a tangerine too? I can't stuff that in there. I mean, just total smoke pack from Florida.
So I do like that they're following the couples at various, one
stages.
has a baby.
Right.
One successfully had one. One wants to try to lose weight to have a baby.
One just got engaged.
What also struck me, I feel like they are humanizing,
right?
Because so many women in our country, men, women, people of all shapes and sizes. As someone who went through their own, weight journey and ended up losing like 50 pounds, I've been 200 pounds at 5'3". It is so uncomfortable for me physically. I couldn't do it. And they talk a little bit about that.
Yes, I think with Joy and Chris, with Chris's family, the mom.
I think you should be whoever you want. At the same time, obviously all these women are they are at a level where it is so unhealthy for them. And you do get to follow Kristen's journey of going to the doctor and him saying, look, you have great kidney function now, but if you keep up being 329 pounds, you're not going to.
Right, for your longevity purposes.
Yeah, I mean, so I like the way that it humanizes it. I do agree, like, I think it's annoying that they didn't feature a guy who was overweight with a thinner woman. Mm-hmm. And I think, like, Rusty has a fetish for sure.
Yeah.
He doesn't want Kristen to get gastric.
I hated that. I was like, you don't want your own wife to get into a healthier lifestyle. I thought that was kind of holding her back a little bit, and I don't like him for that.
All right, let's talk about some pivotal scenes, like what people need to know.
Yes.
What one for you was like the first scene that you were like, let's break this down?
Well, do we want to do hot tub scene or do we want to do bridal scene?
All right, and this is where they lost me. When they did the hot tub scene, I'm like, are y'all trying to make these women a joke? Like,
come on.
They borderline humanizing the women, and then they go to the hot tub where they have 3 women all over 300 pounds, and what happens?
Well, the water overfloweth. I mean, the water, it's just whoosh. Like, they all get inside, and then they all count down from 3. They go 3, 2, 1, as if it's a game. They all lower their bodies, and just waterfalls. Like, whoosh. I'm like, are you serious, guys?
So
it brought me back to, like, Jersey Shore with, like, Snooki and, like, all of them just, like, plopping in the water. Like, it's little hot potatoes in the water. I'm like, oh, God, that was, like, so much. They could have gracefully all got inside the water and have been, fine. No, instead it's a game, and they go 3, 2, 1, water splash. I mean,
and then it's like a big, it's like almost when you do Splash Mountain at Disney World and you come down and like half the water is out of the thing. You're like, okay, this is making fun of them. And then they pan to Chris inside playing pool.
You didn't see that, Chris? Oh, you didn't hear that? Okay. As if nothing happened.
All right, let's play a little audio clip of the hot tub scene. Here it is.
It's so warm. Ooh. Yeah, get it. Yeah. Yep. We're gonna propose how this is ready to go.
Okay, so
it was a ruckus.
It was a ruckus. All right, that's always where I feel like they're kind of making fun of them.
Yes, I don't think that scene was needed at all. I think it was a little bit too much. And like I said, they could have gotten in gracefully. Could have been just a scene where we're respecting their bodies and just getting in the hot tub like a normal person. But no.
Oh my God. I love that all the women wear bikinis. Like, they have more body confidence than I do.
That is what I'm saying. Did this bring you back to your weight struggles? Like when you were doing that and you being like, I could never have been that weight with a bikini on.
Oh my God. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I would have never left the house at 200 pounds with a bikini on, ever, ever, ever. I mean, I give them so much credit.
Right.
And I think with shows like this, you're always torn between like being like, yes, like be yourself, but also it is almost fetishizing overweight. Like, it's almost encouraging people to just be 400 pounds.
Right. And I want our show to all be about body positivity, loving yourself.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, if the weight is not healthy for your body and stature, that's when you start need to losing weight. But if you're like 5'10" and weigh, 400 pounds, maybe that's healthy for your weight.
Right.
But when you go to the doctor and the people are like, you've got to lose weight for your longevity purposes, then it's time to lose weight.
Okay, the bridal store scene also got me. Okay, this got me as though this. I need to know more. We need to investigate.
We need to do a little of a Sarah and Age investigation because we meet Kristen,
and who's beautiful. They're all fucking gorgeous beyond belief.
And she goes, well, I don't even know if Rusty wanted me for my money, but I'm his little sugar mama because I had a bridal shop in New York City and I sold that. I'm rolling with the aces.
Which we were shook at. And then they pan to this little house.
Yeah, let's see the bridal shop. I'm thinking it's going to be the show that's like,
Well, you're thinking it's Kleinfeld.
I'm thinking it's Kleinfeld.
Yeah, Say Yes to the Dress.
I'm thinking it is some little boutique on Fifth Ave. No, it's a shack on the beach. Looks like the shutters are falling off. It's white and blue. I was like, you sold this for a fortune? And I'm not saying maybe she did. But from the pictures they chose, we could have given it a paint job.
I'm like, how is this woman retiring? I mean, I guess you're in Florida.
And she retired. She retired.
She's like, I had a very successful bridal shop business. I sold my business. I moved to Florida, and everyone thinks that Rusty wants me for his money. Girl,
Sarah, you ready to retire right now? Sell this little shtick we got.
Okay, that's like us selling this table studio and going, we're retiring. On what royalties?
Sell this pineapple and sell this plastic old cacti. We're ready to go. Cactus. And maybe this love homesick candle. And we can live off those.
Seriously,
Oh God, that was great. I noticed that. I was like, what?
Okay, and here's basically, take a listen. Here is Kristen talking about the bridal shop.
And I owned a very successful bridal boutique in New York and sold it and retired. At first, my family thought that Rusty was after me for my money.
She was my sugar mama.
Oh, geez.
Okay. God bless her, but y'all need to web sleuth that and find out.
Find us the details of the bridal shop, because I'm really not believing it.
I mean, honest to God, when they did her such an injustice when they did that picture. I mean,
I was like, just keep
the
it to the
siding was
imagination.
falling off the house.
Exactly.
Like, let's tack them up here.
I mean, like a beach hut, selling some smoothies and some pina coladas. I was like, at least give me, you should have just not even shown that picture.
What about, okay, I thought a big scene, which actually seemed really real, was the scene with Chris telling his parents that he was going to propose to Joy, who the parents obviously were saying his mom was like very upset.
Right.
Please think about it. The quote of the show was, Chris goes, oh yeah, well, I know her weight is the elephant in the room. And everyone's like, really, Chris?
Could you have used worse words? Okay.
Chris, how about anything else?
How about any other metaphor here? Anything else, Chris? This scene is, if we really went into it, so Chris's mom actually had gastric bypass surgery. She went through that. She knows the problem of weight surgery and losing that weight. So I think it's kind of close to home for her, and I think she wants the best for her child. But Chris reveals he's always had a love for larger women. His previous girlfriend was larger, and the mom didn't approve of it.
They talk about that. The only person that seems supportive in Chris's family is his sister.
With that pink hair.
What was up with the dad? Was that the dad?
Dad was silent.
He never said one. You don't have one opinion. This is your son. I mean, crickets. Like
he said one thing, and he was like, "Think about it, son." I'm like, Dad. Hey, Dad. Can we get just a smidge more of advice here?
How? I mean, honestly, I give these women so much credit. It must suck that this is the focal point every single day of your people are so judgmental.
So judgmental. It opened my eyes up. I'm imagining when Schmiggy introduces me to his friends, and I want to put on the best face forward. And the first thing that Chris has to preface with that whole thing is
with his group of friends
his group of friends, he has to say that she's a larger woman. Why do we have to say that? But he has to prepare everybody. Okay, I hate that.
That scene seemed fake to me too.
Oh, that scene was
the coworkers all being like, "Wow,
clearly they're not real actors."
They were so bad. I'm like, y'all haven't seen somebody a little
acting.
I mean, I know they're more than a little overweight, but
right.
That was so, I just thought that was so fake.
The scenes definitely are fake. So going back to Chris and his mom, I think he ends up proposing. Spoiler.
Yes. Yeah.
He ends up proposing, but I think that, the mom was just looking out for him, but she really didn't want him to go through with it. And the craziest thing she said, which made me think about my relationship, she goes, the best advice I ever got before getting married, think of your major issue and multiply that by 10. But that's good advice, no?
I thought that was stupid advice because Dan
What's
and
your
I had
problem with
so
Schman?
many. Okay, well, Schman, when we first started, I would say, look, first of all, I definitely took me a long time to settle down. I wanted to date other people. I thought
she a hussy faux show.
Okay, I got loose. I got hot pants. So anyway, yeah. So okay, that's all settled down. And I would say with Dan, he wasn't there. He wasn't very emotionally available.
That's what I thought.
But over the years, and of course, we go to couples therapy, so I think that helps. I don't know. I didn't like that advice because I feel like people can change, but you do have to work on it.
Got it. Okay.
So did you? That. I mean, what do you think is Iggy's issue?
When I first thought, we're not very communicative. When I have a problem, I'll hold it inside of me until I burst and I get wasted, and then I'm like, so multiply that by 10.
No, I know what you mean. That you were think you were going to call him names.
Right, exactly. But so we just aren't emotionally connected sometimes. And so I was imagining, times 10 when we're married. Oh God, that can't be good. You know what I mean? But if you work at it, maybe I'll suggest couples therapy when we both are making money.
You have to. You totally have to go. It's amazing. All right. So every Tuesday, Hot and Heavy will review another episode next week. They're teasing that Chris's coworkers get him together to take him to a strip club to try to tempt him to date thinner women.
Sorry, Chris isn't into that.
What are you doing? How about support your friend? He is not going to date under 275. He's not, okay?
He likes Joy to be right on top of him, just on his body.
I know. I did. I said it. I'll say it again. I just got a weighted blanket for Christmas, and that scene last night, Dan and I were watching, and he was like, oh my God, why is Chris letting Joy get on top of him? I'm like, it's like a human weighted blanket. He's all set. His anxiety gone.
I mean, he was like, Joy, you good? She's like, yeah, babe, I'm good. He loves it. I mean, you can't make that up. If that's what he loves, that's what he loves. And I love the scene. It's just Joy on top of him, and Chris's head just Joy?
Joy's tits are enormous,
Damn,
dude.
no,
Joy's tits. Just get the breast reduction, girl. You're all good. You don't have to lose anything
at
else.
least knock you down 50 pounds.
Oh my God.
Each breast is like 25 pounds.
The titties are. I want to weigh each one.
I mean, literally a watermelon.
Oh,
Full on.
4 in 1.
Damn, yo, them tits were big.
Subscribe to our channel. It's at Hey Frage on YouTube. You can follow us at Hey Frage on Instagram.
At Andrea Lopez Comedy on Instagram.
We'll see you guys next week with a review. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.